How to find an Airbnb cleaner you can actually trust.
Eventually, you're gonna wanna go on vacation or you wanna buy another property and you're gonna have to master trusting someone else to clean it. I'm Sarah Karakan.
I'm Annette Grant, and together we are
Thanks for visiting. We've hosted thousands of guests. We've got thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews, and now we're happy to help you master your Airbnb journey.
We're gonna go over the 7 steps on how to hire an Airbnb cleaner that you can finally trust. Do not underestimate the value and the power of actually cleaning your Airbnb yourself.
I actually
think
so
important.
This is their favorite thing, is cleaning it themselves. We know who you are. Like, you love cleaning yourself. You know that you do it the best job. Those final details make you so happy. But eventually you're gonna wanna go on vacation or you wanna buy another property, and you're gonna have to master trusting someone else to clean it.
The difficult part about this is you can't just get carried away in your normal flow of cleaning.
Right.
There has to be an SOP, a standard operating procedure here, so it can be duplicated again and again and again. So even though we know you can do it best, you've got to make sure that it can be standardized and duplicated.
And I think a good first step is to just clean it like you normally would and time yourself. It'll be really good when you start talking to other cleaners about cleaning for you. You can say, my 2-bed, 2-bath takes me approximately an hour and a half to clean it. That includes doing all the laundry, or that doesn't include doing all the laundry.
And is it you by yourself? Is it you and your partner helping, you and your kids? You also need to understand the amount of people that are helping with that clean.
I say you clean it yourself at least 3 times, unless you've already been doing it for a long time and you're like, yeah, girl, I got that. But at least 3 times before you do this next step, which is documenting it.
This is where the magic happens. This is so important. This is when you hire that cleaner, you're gonna have to trust and verify, and the only way that you're gonna be able to verify their work is knowing exactly what you've requested them to do.
Actually, let's just pause right here. If you're not familiar with us here at Thanks for Visiting, trust but verify is one of our favorite mottos. We did not make it up, but we use it in our business all the time. It's just a nice reminder. You are going to find a cleaner that you do trust, but the important part is that you're going to verify that trust. And the way you're going to do that is building out this documented, essentially a checklist. No one knows your property better than you. And so if you document it, like, this is the best way to clean it. I've done it so many times. This is the most efficient way. I know that if you strip the bed first, put that in the washer and dryer, then go to the dishwasher, make sure the guest started it. Or if you don't ask them to do that, make sure you start the dishwasher. These sorts of things, and that step-by-step
process. And you're gonna wanna go room by room too. So it's not just room by room. You're gonna wanna let them know the order of the rooms and the order of the items. A great idea, after you documented the process, you've got your room by room, you've got your step-by-step, is to actually create a basic checklist, okay? You just wanna go into a Word document. You can even handwrite this, but again, you wanna make sure it's all written down, okay? It's just like, how you ask somebody, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and you think it's super simple. No, you wanna do step by step. Buy the bread, get the peanut butter, get the jelly. So you're gonna go to room by room and what takes place in each room. That checklist, it can be super simple. You can laminate it, put it on a clipboard, and that way the cleaner can go through room by room and make sure they're actually getting each and every step. This is a pressure-filled cleaning. This isn't just like a Saturday afternoon, I'm gonna go around room to room. It's like someone's checking out, someone's checking in, and you've gotta make sure you can get everything done in that tight time frame. Understanding the tools and supplies that it takes to get your property top-notch clean is so important.
If you have, let's say, a lot of stone in your property, or you can't use bleach on this material in your shower because it's XYZ, right? Like, you can't use acidic things on your kitchen countertop. So also understanding so you can educate them, like, hey, my floors, make sure you would use wood cleaner only on these floors and stone cleaner on these floors. And have a little list, goes room by room, explaining that, this is what my house needs to get the job done right.
And just a little hosting hot tip here, if you do have a large home, buying a vacuum and having one on each floor. So if you have multiple cleaners, they can all be active at once. It is such a minimal investment, but will save hours upon hours of time over a year of cleaning. And the secret weapon after you have a great understanding of all the tools and supplies needed is what, Sarah?
A supply closet.
An organized supplies closet, like to the details.
And if you're like us, and we would love to see all of your supply closets and like how you organize it, we truly, truly would. But if you want to see what ours look like, you got to check out this video. We give you a behind the scenes tour of our simple supply system for Airbnb hosts. Check it out.
With that basic checklist, it's going to do the trick. But if you really want to take it to the next level, infuse some technology and ensure that your guests are going to have that 5-star stay, we're going to tell you about an app that we use.
It is my favorite app. And I'm not just saying that because this video is sponsored by Breezeway. I'm saying it because I really, really mean it. Like, it is my favorite app. Here's the deal. Like, I used to do the whole like laminated checklist in my closet. My cleaner would take it around. That works. It does. But with the app, not only as my cleaner is going, can she reference how I like my bed made, how I like our towels folded, how to remember that you can't put the bath mat already on the floor because that's a tripping hazard.
They can check in when they arrive at the property. They can check out. It's time-stamped when they get there, when they leave. And the best part about this app, what Sarah's saying, you can take photos of certain places in the home, have that checklist, and if a guest checks in and has any sort of issue with the clean, okay, you have proof, documented timestamps with photos that you can back it up.
They've got an incredible offer for our YouTube subscribers only, so check out the show notes below. Check out Breezeway. It's truly going to change your hosting business, trust me.
But where? Okay, ladies, where do we find these actual amazing cleaners?
Everywhere. And I will say, like, this is the one thing where people get nervous of, I would find a cleaner, but okay, we crushed the trust part. We've got a checklist, right? We know exactly what supplies they'll need. Now, finding that human being, you really have to look everywhere.
And the easiest place to start is your own network. Talk to your friends, your family, other hosts. If someone's already has a proven track record and it's people that you trust, I would absolutely start with your network. That's where we found our cleaners in the beginning. But as you grow, you might need to expand where you're looking. Listen, when you are out and about, we catch cleaners in the act, which is like going from a home into their car, or if we see them at Starbucks grabbing a coffee before they hit the job for the day, I actually get my phone out, take a picture of, a lot of them will have signs on the side of their car. I'll take a picture, but next step, I'll actually go up to them, introduce myself, ask them if they do Airbnb. So you need to get out there, pay attention to the people that you see in the act.
I have found people to help me with my properties by literally going on Instagram stories and saying, hey friends, I am looking for a cleaner. If you know anybody, would you DM me, right? Or my Facebook. Insert ISO, in search of an amazing Airbnb cleaner, an amazing short-term rental cleaner. Direct message me if you got anyone good. And you would think people like hoard their favorite cleaners, but honestly, when people love who their cleaner is, they want to support them, they will share. Like, you've got to hire Bob. He's incredible. Check him out. And having a referral from someone else, someone that you know, is really great. But I wouldn't be nervous either about finding the cleaners who put themselves out there on Craigslist, on Facebook Marketplace, on Indeed.
Just good old Google. You can go and type in Airbnb cleaner, see what comes up, all right? It's time to set those expectations. You got to have your list of wants and needs, and it's time to interview.
Yes, the interview process, I've learned over the years, learn from me, that's why you're here, right? I would not hop right into the clean. Don't do that first, right? Meet them either at a coffee shop for a quick cup of coffee, or these days, hopping on a Zoom call is second nature for most people.
It's just like setting that expectation. What time are we meeting? Did they show up? Are they ready to go? And one key point here, a couple of key points we want to make is like, residential cleaning is not the same as short-term rental Airbnb cleaning. All right, so you do need to set those expectations with them.
And this conversation, first of all, do a lot of listening. Do as little talking as you can, ask a question, let them go. But if you feel really good collaborating with them on all these topics of money and the difference between a residential clean and a short-term rental clean,
bringing up insurance, and they're like, yes, no problem, the way that you want to pay them. There are things like that you want to bring up on that very first meeting with them. What type of transportation, what kind of tools do they have? What does their team look like? What's the rest of their schedule look like? Do they have any referrals?
Another good question you can ask a cleaner on your interview is, how much notice do you need to accept a clean? This is what makes short-term rental cleans much different than residential. Residential, you schedule it out a week ahead of time, 2 weeks ahead of time, no problem. But with short-term rental cleans, you could get a booking, within 24 hours, within 12 hours, within 48 hours, like whatever your calendar is, chat with them about this. Mm-hmm. If they have a team, they're like, yeah, we want to work. Again, if you use Breezeway will automatically populate cleans to the cleaner. And it's free for them to use, and they can accept it or reject it. And this is also why I think it's good to have more than one cleaner on your roster. Again, a mistake that I've made in the past. Don't do that. And when you are doing these interviews, plural, let them know that. Say, I'm going to have more than one cleaner that I'm going to have relationships with, and you need to be okay with that. Because for me to put all my eggs in one basket, I think it's too risky.
We believe in a mandatory trial period, and that first clean, you want to meet with them. You want to see you want to go over what your expectations are, what their expectations are, walk the property with them. You can show them all your tools, supplies, show off your supply closet that is expertly organized. And one key here is, we love this analogy. We were at a conference once, and Sarah, you can go into this, is the way that you make a bed and the way that the cleaner might make a bed might be completely different. Give the analogy, Sarah.
Well, you referenced it. I like the peanut butter and jelly analogy you gave earlier. But yeah, I was at a vacation rental conference, and this stuck with me. We all sat down in this room, learn about the housekeeping world, and she had a piece of paper and a pencil on all of our chairs, and she asked us all to draw a bicycle. And we got no other instructions, just draw a bicycle. Okay, well, the bicycles usually are 2 wheels and a handle and a seat, so I drew a bicycle. And we all held up our picture, and she had us look around the room. And of course, all of our bicycles looked different. And it was a really lovely reminder of sometimes we get so upset trying to find a cleaner we can trust, but we haven't given this cleaner the tools they need in order to execute the clean the way that we'd like them to. So this is a really good way of I think at this meeting, one thing that is really important when you do this trial period is to let go of this being like you're the boss situation and coming at it like you are collaborating with this professional. Because I would go out on a limb and say here that most of you aren't looking for an employee. These are professionals in their own field, and you are their client, and you need to collaborate on how this clean is going to be mutually beneficial for both. They have to enjoy it. They have to use the products that they know how to use. They are the experts. So I just want you to give up a little bit of the control there. When this trial clean is done, you both are high-fiving each other because you know that she's gonna get 5-star reviews from the clean from the guest. And you're gonna know that okay, this cleaner gets it. They get me, we have the checklist. I've explained to them that when they check this off the list, whether it's on Breezeway or my laminated list, that's them saying that this has been done. And I would do a trial clean more than once. I would have the trial period be at least 3 cleans, and it's just as much of you trying the cleaner out and the cleaner trying you out, because this relationship will hopefully go on for a long time.
So they're hired. Hopefully you're gonna have a very long, amazing relationship with this backbone of your business, your turnover pro, your cleaner. There's a few last details we wanna go over with you.
Remember to celebrate the amazing wins that you're going to get with this person along the way. As the 5-star reviews roll in, screenshot them, share them with them, celebrate every little detail. We can forget that. You don't have to do every single one, but honestly, I think a couple a week, the lifetime of your relationship, there is nothing wrong with that. We all love to know and know that we're getting praise and to be praised by our clients.
And the reason that's so important is there's gonna be some times that you're gonna have to have some tough conversations.
Yes.
Things might get missed, even though they have these unbelievable checklists. You need to have open communication. How is that gonna go? Is it email? Is it text? You wanna get that, you just wanna set that scene from the very, very beginning with your cleaner. The other thing, you wanna make sure that you're holding up your end of the bargain. whatever those payment terms are with your cleaner, you want to over deliver those every single time. You know, if they invoice you, you want to pay them. Do not fall short on that. That money is super, super important to them. And if you can from time to time, giving them that bonus is awesome.
Yes.
And you also want to set some expectations after they're hired. What if there is an additional clean? Maybe someone did leave a crazy heavy footprint, AKA really messy. How are you going to incentivize them if there are those additional cleans? Prepare for those ahead of time because they will happen.
All right, and let's say you've done all the things right. You're like, Sarah, Annette, I did all these things. We talked on Zoom. I gave them a checklist. We had trial. They were amazing during the trial. And then
they are falling short.
Wah, wah, wah. Listen, it's not, I think people think that this is the most common thing. And I will tell you it's not, okay? You do all those steps, and more often than not, it's gonna be a good fit. But things happen in people's lives. Let's say something's going on in their family or with their business or who knows, and let's say they're falling short. I can give you these tips. When you do reach out to them and have this conversation, I would get them on the phone or in person, but document the date that you did it. These are really good steps for employees, but it's also good for independent contractors as well, so people who aren't your employee. Document it on your calendar. What did you say? What did they say? And what was going to be the solution to whatever that friction was? And then let's say the friction happens again. Okay, Susie, we talked about this. It's still happening. The guests are still leaving us comments. They're finding hair in the bed. I bought you that lint roller. Is there anything else we can do to make it better? Oh, you think if we got this kind of sheet? Okay, I'll try that. Third time, you're still getting these reviews. There's a saying in business to fire fast. If you say it's 3 strikes and you're out, it needs to be whatever you said. 3 strikes and you're out. And honestly, you're doing both of you a favor. There is something that's amiss there, and they're not wanting to level up, and you're not being able to communicate effectively, so it's best to part ways at that time.
We see way too many hosts holding on to their subpar cleaner for way too long, and once they make that transition and find someone new, they're like, I wish I would have done that sooner. So don't be one of those hosts. And we're gonna have a independent contractor agreement in our show notes too, so make sure you check that out.
Yeah, because to piggyback off that, when you do find the cleaner that you wanna hire, you want to sign a contract with them. And it'll outline the payment terms. It will outline what happens if it's a deeper clean, it'll outline all the rules and regulations in your state. And so I would never do a handshake deal with an independent contractor. Get these things black and white. It's gonna be better for your relationship. So yeah, check the show notes. We've got a little bullet point list there for you, so make sure your contract is good to go.
If you like this video, make sure to subscribe.
I'm Sarah Caracan.
I'm Annette Grant, and together we are
Thanks for visiting.